over 700 yards of total offense, and your true freshman quarterback can continue to take another step, almost 500 yards passing for him. What made everything click today on offense, and how nice was it to drive that nail in the coffin at the end?
Yeah, we needed to. UNLV, they played very hard, and we knew that. You listen to Coach Sanchez talk about his team, that they fight regardless of their record, that they come out and they practice hard. They had a bye week. All that was true. I thought those guys did a nice job, and they came out firing on offense. Their quarterback that they got back, Decker, he played really well tonight. As far as what we did offensively, we made big plays in the pass game. We utilized some throws attached with some runs that we were able to hit, and guys were making some plays afterwards. I thought Brett was just seeing the right things he needed to see to throw the football and complete passes. And then we had some explosive plays and guys were hitting it, run after catch, which is something we talked about. But we needed to have that type of game offensively because they were attacking on offense as well. And it took a little bit of time for our defense to settle in, made some big plays, did a good job down there in the red zone for the most part. And that was something that we thought going into the game. We'd be a little bit better on the defensive side, but, Darian finishes up with he's a career leader of interceptions. Has an interception in the game. Ray has an interception in the game. So we did win the turnover battle. The thing I told the team was at halftime why it felt a little tight is we weren't winning the turnover battle at halftime. And so we had to come out and find a way to get that done. But proud of our guys, great effort. I thought they flipped it around after the Wyoming game and prepared really well for what we were going to see, and it showed up tonight.
You're really you only have 7 points in the fourth quarter there early in the fourth, and Chaz had that third down play where they reviewed it and said his knee was in, and then like 2 plays later he caught the touchdown pass, switched up 14. How big was that kind of swing there?
Huge. And we were going to have that reviewed. Felt like he was in. He said he was in. He was, and then to come right back and hit the touchdown. You're always trying to drive that nail in the coffin there and try to create that separation, especially late when it's a tight game and maybe get some momentum. If you can get the momentum in a quarter, and it's the last quarter of the game, you're probably going to be in good shape. And that's exactly what we did on that play, and it kind of just from there, we started to separate more.
We've seen a couple times this year teams try to play a man on the outside, and it seems like you guys take that as we're just going to attack you deep, and obviously successful with that today. Is that kind of your approach in those situations?
Well, when they're doing that, they're also loading the box, so it's a little bit, they're outnumbering you in one area, and you've got to be able to take advantage of it. And really, it's not complicated. It's one-on-one outside, and it really comes down to the guys running and throwing, is what happens. We protected the quarterback well tonight. That helped. I think we're doing a better job in that area, and he's getting more comfortable back there. He's able to see what he needs to see, but yes, we have to take advantage of one-on-one matchups. And if that's not the case and they're doubling their wide receiver, then we should have a lighter box. We should be able to run it. And I thought McNichols tonight had some big runs in there. Kelsey came in towards the end, had some big runs. It's just that cat and mouse game of just being balanced is really what it is, and trying to keep them off balance and then make sure that we're taking advantage of what they're doing in the box.
The play action game and the tight ends seemed like a big factor tonight. Is that a matchup issue, or why was that such a big factor tonight?
A little bit, yeah. We felt like they would be a bigger factor with some of the matchups. Also, just to utilize our tight ends. They've been practicing well. We've kind of had these plays in the game we just haven't got to, so they've been carried over for a few weeks, and this is one of those. It's like it's been marinating long enough. It's time to go out there and utilize it. The one to Holden over the middle, was one that Coach Drink had put together. We had one we kind of threw back to him that we had him for a while and we didn't hit it. That was unfortunate. We had a shot there, but those guys were big, and I think we have a really good group of tight ends. And Rowe, battled through a little bit of injury last week, was a little bit sore, and came out there and played well today. If we can utilize those guys inside, because you're talking about still one-on-one matchups, that works in our favor.
I know we talk about ripping, but I think at one point 11 different players had a catch, and I think 4 different players had rushing touchdowns, and it seemed like it really was a total team effort contributing on offense.
It was balanced. Coach Drink did a good job of really just, I think, keeping them on their heels. And when you get into a game like that where both offenses are kind of moving the ball and somebody's going to stall and you can feel maybe a little bit of tightness, they weren't like that. They were, getting the ball to Shane, getting the ball to Chaz, getting the ball to the backs, and it was good balance. I thought of what we did, and it kept him, trying to figure out where we're going with the football. I mean, we were able to get into some one-on-one matchups, hit the seam ball down the middle, and hit the deep throw to Chaz up the hash. Those are big plays.
You guys don't play a ton of fourth quarters like that. What does that mean to you guys as a team, to you as a coach, to see your team finish a game like that in the fourth quarter, and also to do it at the end of this 9-week stretch without a break?
Yeah, we needed to. You want to be in that situation all the time. Get your backups in there, let them finish that way, let them go down there and score. I was really happy with those guys, what Tommy did, what Kelsey did. And this bye week is coming. It's a little bit later than you'd want maybe, but it's a perfect time. We got to get some guys healthy. We got to go work on some things. It's not going to be a week off. We're going to come back and get to work. We got some great teams coming up. We're going to play. And we got a lot of different looks we have to prepare for, but to finish like that and to let your backups get in there too and operate the way they did, that's what you want. They're trying to score as well, and if it happens, great. You're hoping that's what they do when they go down the field and we're able to do it. And we'd probably be in those situations more. We'd like to be in those more, and we probably should be. We get in that type of scenario again.
Can you tell us the story on the Halloween costumes, uniforms, whatever you want to call them?
Yeah. We didn't have a name for that. They had no idea. Every week we kind of talk about what we're going to wear. And the only thing I had up on the screen this week was orange shoes. So we know what type of shoes they had to wear. So all week long they've been like, not quite sure what it is. They've all been guessing. But just that Halloween, we put the orange logo on there, we put the orange mask, and it was something we talked about. Dale Holstein got it done, and we did a sample of it. Had everybody check off on it that needed to know. But the players had no idea, coaches had no idea, so they walked in today and they got these new helmets with the orange mask and orange look on there and thought, you know what, that's pretty cool. So just kind of your Halloween look. I thought it looked great. We thought at first when we talked about it, we were going to play at night, so maybe the lights, but coming out in the daytime, it really popped. Orange pants, white, black helmets. So it's a cool deal. It's just little things like that. It keeps guys fresh. It's exciting. They walk in there. They're still kids. They get fired up on stuff like that. There's no reason, why we can't do it. It worked out today.
Is there any better way to spend a birthday than following a victory on the road to start off a bye?
Well, it's tomorrow.
Right.
And
it's the first day of the bye.
First day of the bye. Yep. No, I don't know. It hasn't fallen in the bye like that. So it'll be good to get with the family. Have a little bit of time that way, but also, get back to work with these guys, clean some things up. We'll still go to work tomorrow. It won't be a day off. We'll have our practice schedule set for the week, and then coaches get a chance to go out and recruit. And that's one big thing that we have got to take advantage of now, because things have gone well in that area, but we've got to get out there and see these guys. So excited about how we finish this game up and going into the bye week.
Defensively, they were able to throw the ball for a decent amount of yards, but you've talked about sort of that compete and complete thing. It seemed like for the most part it was competitive. They were just making plays. What do you kind of think of the pass defense tonight?
I didn't really, there was a few over the middle where guys were open. I thought they made plays. Our guys were in position. Now, the one jump ball, we had 3 guys around there, and they go up and get it. It's, that one right there, we should get it. The one that DT was covering the guy in the sideline, the ball flutters out there. He just reverses out. It's kind of that spur back catch down on that end. I'm like, all right. 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. But he made the play. That was the one thing I thought their players competed very hard on the offensive side, and I thought their quarterback made a difference. I really do. He came in there, and those guys were all bought in that he could throw it, and they were going to make the catches. Their tight ends did a nice job. They were play actioning and getting guys open down the middle. But no, I don't think we cut a few guys loose in some situations, but we competed. We didn't complete every play, but we were competing, and we need to do a better job of that. There's some opportunities in there we probably could have taken advantage of, but these guys were fighting. There were some big hits on our side as well. There was guys making some tackles, and UNLV is better than their record. They're faster. They had the bye week. The freshness from their team showed today, and I thought our guys battled and fought. We could take advantage of a couple more things.
When it comes to Brett Rippon, I mean, the numbers he put up today rank up there with the best single game passing games in school history. How much does he continue to impress you and what he's been able to handle and what he's been able to do? And how excited are you about the future when you have a kid like him at the trigger?
Yeah. Well, I think today was another example of his maturity and getting better as a player. I think, right? And even physically, it's just he's getting better. That's the bottom line. We're seeing the guy improve as he goes. I say it every week, but I think one of the things that I get most impressed with is as the game goes on, there's not a whole lot of coaching as far as what he didn't see or any question. He sees it. He understands it. He can coach himself up. It's more about, okay, what are we going to do next? And encouraging, because he gets what we're trying to accomplish. So I like the way he's prepared. I like the way he played today. I thought, in a game that was a little bit tight, he was very aggressive. And he threw some big-time balls out there, and we were able to go out and get him. That's, to me, where I think we see, and not just him, but our players step up and go, okay, on offense, we got to keep scoring. We got to go try to put these guys away, and they take that. He's been a big part of it.
Any update on Vallejo, Frazier, and are we looking at Finley, DSG coming back by the next game at this point? Or?
No on those guys right now. And I say that for right now. I don't know. I don't think they're going to be available. Tanner, was a game time decision. Still just not where he needs to be yet. And Joey played well. And that's the thing. Our linebackers been playing well. And so it's one of those where you got to, could he go out there and play? Probably. If he really had to at the same time, it's like these guys have played well. Let's give him another chance to rest this week. He'll be back out there, and he's continued to compete. The one thing, if Tanner's not playing, he's not 100%. That's very simple. There's no question about his toughness and wanting to be out there. So hopefully this bye week gives us a chance to get some of these guys back, get a little bit healthier, and get fresh, going to the last stretch of the year.
What about your crowd traveling down here?
Oh, they're awesome. Yeah, these guys went up in the stands to go shake their hands because it's a little bit too high to reach them. It's awesome because it looked like, it's like split. You had, I didn't see UNLV fans over here. It's like a bowl game. All your fans are over here. They were awesome. They were encouraging tonight. They were pumping our guys up. We travel well, and you could feel it. You could hear it. And we got the Boise State chant going on. And our guys, that vibe, and they feed off of those type of things. So to travel like that's huge.